take a look at the Far Side Armbar from Side Control. This is a great submission when your opponent gets really stagnant, has his arms out of position, and it can be really good to catch them off guard. So I got Marty in this side control position. Normally he would like to keep his hand in the pommel, or he'll keep his hand trapped around the outside of that tricep. If he traps around the outside of the tricep, or he takes this hand over the back here, both of those are positions with his hands that let me know he wants to get armbarred on the far side. Let's take a look at this first, and then we'll take a look at him trapping at the tricep. So you can notice my hand is no longer trapped over here by his hip. Normally I would block his hips so he can't bring his hips in. But at this time, I'm going to come over here, I'm going to control on the far side. He's got this hand draped over my back. I don't know why they do that, but sometimes they do that. My knee is chalking the hip. From here, I'm going to bring my hand to the outside of that tricep. I'm going to take this elbow and I'm going to wedge it onto the stomach. Call this the arm wedge. This is a very good controlling position and is going to allow me to keep a little bit of stability when I take my hand out and go to transition. So I'm going to take this hand that's underneath the face, it's going to come over to the far side of the face. I'm pulling in with my elbow and again maintaining that good wedge. Now I'm going to bring my other knee in. At the moment I'm up on both knees. Alright? There's going to be a lot of space here so we can't spend a lot of time here, but a really missed point is that I need to pull Marty up onto his side. If Marty doesn't come up on his side, it's going to be very difficult to rotate around and get this arm bar. From here, my hand is on the floor. I'm going to post that inside knee at the hip. Again, this is very important. So at this point, my left knee is down, my right knee is up, my forearm is pushing his face into the side of the thigh here. You'll catch it in a different angle in a second. Now I'm going to take this leg that's on the knee, I'm going to step around the head on my foot, right here. Now this can be a pretty stable position. You don't have to go very fast after you get here. You should feel pretty stable, alright? From here I'm going to take that free hand, I'm going to come over, I'm going to grab the pants. Ideally I want to get to as close to the knee as possible. Sometimes it's not that easy. Now, there are a lot of different ways that people do this. They'll drop their knee on the rib cage, they'll start to rotate. If you think of it this way, rotate your knee into this pocket, that's all you have to do. Make sure you get good rotation. So I'll come here and I'll rotate and my knees go towards the ceiling. You'll see it again in a better angle in a second. But notice my knees are pinching, I've got a calf over top of his face and I'm holding onto the pants so that he can't roll away. Anytime I don't have a leg over top of the chest, it's very important that I control the legs. Let's take a look at a different angle. So I've got that control. Underneath his head, he's controlling over my back. Take my hand, insert that arm wedge. Arm over, I come up to my knees, I pull Marty up on his side. Knee to the hip, now watch the step over, right there. I'm pinching, nice and tight. This should feel uncomfortable for him. I take this hand, I reach over for the pants. Now watch this knee, it's going to rotate, right? There. Squeezing with my knees, still controlling the arm. Try to keep the arm in the crook of your elbow, not control with your hand. From here, just fall back. Again, from a different angle. Got Marty in that controlled position. Take my hand, bring in that arm wedge. From here, over top of the head, bring up my knee. Pull Marty on his side, my knee goes up. I step over the head. Now watch this knee rotate. It's going to rotate right into this pocket. From here, rotate, rotate, rotate. The closer that you can rotate to the legs, the better. Let's see that rotation again from that same angle. I got that controlling position. Pelvis down, hand to the wedge, bring in that elbow. Hand over the face. Come to my knee, pull him on his side. Post that knee. Step over the head. Control the leg. Watch this rotation. From here to here, that's all that matters. Right there. Good control. You'll get more proficient with over time. You'll learn how to stay tight. It'll look like I'm switching my hands a lot, I'm going through a lot of rotations, and some of the steps will get altered depending, if your opponent's already on his side, whether or not you had the arm wedge to begin with. But the rotation will become easier and easier over time. Just remember to take that knee straight into that pocket from the armpit.